Hello, Reverend Brian Ferguson here from your sibling congregation, the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Redwood City. It's good to be with you. I use the pronouns he, him, his. I just want to thank you all for hosting us, my community here, for the Climate Justice Revival yesterday. That was a wonderful experience. I really appreciated the chance of just connecting and getting to know many of you better, and I hope this can be the beginning of a continuing relationship to do the vital justice work. Because we know climate justice doesn't really know any boundaries. When we saw that first picture of the Earth from space, we saw that the only boundary was between land and water. There was no boundaries between countries, no boundaries between counties, no boundaries between cities. We are interconnected and interdependent in one another in a really profound way. And there's no greater example of that than with climate justice and the care we all need to have for this planet. And this is our home, and I'm always reminded of the story of the young girl, a young Unitarian Universalist. She was in a religious education class. She was asked to draw her home. And most of the other children in the class drew the picture of a house with two windows, a roof, a chimney, and a door, the classic house, the kind of house that I'd probably still draw if I was asked to do one right now. This young girl drew a big circle and coloured it in blue and green. And of course, in a very profound way, she saw her home as the planet. This is our home, and we need to care for it. And we need to care for it better than we have been. We are all aware of global warming and the impact we see it with the changes in the weather, with the melting of the ice caps. It's really quite a concerning time. It does ramp up my anxiety, I know. And where's the hope? And for me, the hope is the work that we can do together like we did with the climate justice. And I know my friend and colleague, Reverend Dr. Tovis Page, and I are very keen to try building more connections between our congregation, because I think when we work together as communities of communities, bringing communities together to work on the behalf of the wider community, that is very powerful. That gives me hope. That reinvigorates me. That inspires me to keep working on the profound justice issue of our time, because I believe if a religious community does not have climate justice as part of their mission, they're missing out on one of the most vital issues of our time. In fact, that was great that the Unitarian Universalists across the world yesterday were working on climate justice. And it was such an honor to be partnered with the Unitarian Universalists of San Mateo. And it's hard because we know what can we do to really make a difference. But we live in San Mateo County, which is one of the richest counties in the world. Not just in the United States, in the world. And I know not all of us feel that way. We know the expense of living here, but it is one of the most wealthy counties in the world. And it's probably one of the most influential, from Silicon Valley, the influence in San Francisco, the influence in AI, the influence in the biotechnology. We have a profound impact well beyond the boundaries. So what we do here really can impact the world. And that's why we need to come together as Unitarian Universalists in San Mateo County to influence our county supervisors who have a very important role in distributing money from the state on environmental issues. So the more we can build relationships, the more we can build a strong influence with the county leaders, the more we can impact in profound ways and make climate justice a reality, bringing care, bringing kindness to those who are most historically marginalized within our community, within the wider world. I'm really excited about the work we can do together, and let's make this climate justice revival this weekend the starting point to the profound work that we would like to do moving forward together. Thank you for letting me drop in virtually. It's good to see every one of you yesterday, and I really hope that we can continue this work. And I wish you well in your service, and I'd like to do a special thank you again to hosting us, and to my friend and colleague, Reverend Dr. Tovis Page, for being a co-conspirator amongst many others on the climate justice revival yesterday. Take care and have a great weekend. Have a great service.